Alright guys, the TDX PvP trailer just dropped and there's honestly a lot to go through here. First off, the trailer confirms that PvP is happening after the Nightmare update, as John mentions here. We also get some lore about what happened after the Emperor's attack, where it being revealed that a lot of civilians were actually killed and the G-Day basically trying to rebuild after everything that went down. We also see G-Day sending out airdrops around the explosion to help survivors, while search parties are being sent out to find out anyone's still trapped, which, I'm not gonna lie guys, lore's kind of boring, but whatever. But on the other side of things, it talks about Dr. Xenon struggling and most of the weapons already been used, such as like the Emperor boss, that's like, you know, we kill it in Nightmare mode. And like now she's in a lot more of a weaker situation. But like, I'm not gonna lie guys, most of the trailer is just Lady Guy talking about lore and how Dr. Xenon has been weakened. So if you guys are mainly here for PvP, let's get into that. So TDX PvP is described as a war simulator, as it says here.
War simulator.
And we finally get to see how it's actually going to work, which is actually kind of cool. We get a look at almost every single boss, including some of the ones shown in the trailer. We'll see Alpha Predator, which is just, I'm not like outright insane, as you can even send them to your opponents, along with event zombies like the ones from the Robot Invasion, which constantly shoot your towers, which already makes PvP seem like a lot more pressure-wise or like intense compared to like other game modes, since you're not just focused on your side, you're also trying to deal with your opponents as well. Then we get actual gameplay of bosses being sent and how the mode works. At the top of the screen, we can obviously see our eco, which John has placed up there, which increases by sending zombies. And I'm not gonna lie guys, I actually didn't really agree with this, along with many other people. But honestly, I think John's kind of done this sort of different. Let me explain. Because like in TDX, where you basically just unlock an enemy and immediately start sending, it's like, I'm not gonna lie guys, it's really boring. Every strategy is practically the same. You just send early game, you send the big bosses late game, ruining your eco, which is really boring. But instead of this one, you actually have like a zombie inventory, which you actually get to choose what you want to send, or like stuff you want to equip, such as like zombies for early game eco, mid game and late game eco. On top of that, you also got to bring bosses as well, which actually makes like strategies and like a lot of different like ideas what you want to do, since like, you know, maybe somebody's trying to rely on spawners only, so you could do resistant zombies as well, which like takes up some slots and like kind of destroys the whole like just spam zombies, and then like you can just use your eco, which is kind of stupid. And some bosses can actually destroy your towers. I mean, you can't just bring the strongest eco options and ignore everything else, which is, I'm not gonna lie, it's actually a smart idea of what John is doing here. Because of this, I actually think like there's gonna be a lot of different strategies, you know, being used. Maybe some people will bring like, I don't know, like a early game sort of strat which ends the game quick, or somebody's gonna try go for like a late game strat with high eco zombies and strong bosses. Overall, yeah, I think this is gonna work amazing. So like, which will make TDX PvP a lot more different from TDS PvP, which, I mean, that was a complete failure, let's be real. But yeah, basically that's literally everything from the trailer. So I think TDX PvP could end up being very different from TS PvP actually. Let me know what you guys think about TDX PvP in the comments, and I'll be seeing when the update finally comes out.